I'm Ashlyne Huff, and you're watching Billboard.com.
Younger, I saw my daddy cry. He'd curse at the wind. He broke his own heart, and I watched as he tried to reassemble it. And my mother swore that she would never let herself forget. That was a day that I promised to never sing of love if it does not exist. Darling, you are the only exception. Well, you are the only exception. Well, you are the only exception. Well, you are the only exception. Maybe I know somewhere deep in my soul that love never lasts, and we've got to find other ways to make it alone. I keep a straight face, and I've always lived like this, keeping it comfortable distance. And up until now, I'm sworn to myself that I'm content with loneliness, because none of it was ever worth the risk. Well, you are the only exception. 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 I've got a tight grip on reality, and I can't let go of what's in front of me here. I know you're leaving in the morning when you wake up. Leave me with some kind of proof it's not a dream. Oh, you are the only exception. Well, you are the only exception. Well, you are the only exception. Well, you are the only exception. And I'm on my way to believing. Oh, and I'm on my way to believing.
You are the only exception. You are the only exception. You.
I picked The Only Exception, well, one, because I love the song. Haley's voice is really interesting to me because it's soft and vulnerable and then really powerful. And I love the fact that it's really vulnerable and then it just like hits you in the face all of a sudden in mid-song. It was hard for me, I think, to go from the really high stuff back down to like the vulnerable because I'd like pushed so hard. But it actually worked in my favor because I sounded more vulnerable, if that makes sense. The control factor is a big deal, especially when you're when you don't have drums, and that's also what made it really hard for me to do without like all the instruments coming up. I had to kind of roll without it.
But I can't let go of what's in front of me here. I know you're leaving in the morning when you wake up.
A ballad for me is where you can really like live in the song. I dance all the time, and I was talking to my manager about it. It's so fun to do choreography, but when you're doing something like this, it's a little bit more fun just to like be able to sit back and look around and not be like worried about what move goes with what thing. And I tend to not take risks vocally when I'm doing choreography because it becomes part of the choreography, if that makes sense. So doing a ballad was something different and fun.
And I'm on my way to